Okay, so is it hot outside or is it cold outside?
What's the weather?
What's the weather? I'm wearing shorts.
We're wearing shorts.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
There's a breeze.
There's a breeze, and you're wearing a sundress.
It's a little sunny.
It's a little sunny. It's a breeze. Look.
So
we live in Arizona. Don't dox us. But we play with the weather.
And you always get cold anyways.
I'm always cold.
You're a cold gal.
I'm a cold gal.
So underneath, you have a cute little tank.
I do have a cute. How do you know that?
I was watching you change.
My pen name was Rose Weasley, Fire Princess.
So, let's go back in time a little bit.
Let's go back. 2012.
2012. Specifically.
This was I was 12 or 13.
Right.
And I was at the height.
Literally the height. Yeah.
Of Harry Potter.
Yes.
When did the last movie come out? 2012, didn't it?
I thought it was like 13.
Maybe one of those.
I remember my brothers went to go see it, and me and my mom went to go see something else.
Fake fan?
Nah, I wasn't even a fan then. That's crazy.
No, because I was diehard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had done all the things that a Harry Potter fan could probably possibly do until 2012. I said, no, I need to step it up a notch. Let me write some fan fiction myself. Because I love to read it.
Yeah. No, I used to consume.
But I was like, oh no, I'm not a writer. Like I could never but I have these stories in my brain.
These stories.
I also, do you know what Omegle is?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that was also the height of Omegle.
Right.
And there was a thing where on Omegle, you could role play almost as a character.
Yes.
And some people, me included, we would write prompts to a story, and then you pretty much write a fan fiction together.
On there, you're Rose, he's whatever.
He's Scorpius. Yeah. And you'd you'd add dialogue, but you'd also put in the action and yeah.
But you're writing it together.
Yeah,
you're
I'd write a little bit, and then they'd respond with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see people still do that on Tumblr.
Love that.
And we love that.
So.
Oh, speaking about Harry Potter fanfiction.
Huh.
You want to write some?
Yeah. So I have my computer here. And I have, it's a treat today. I have some of my old Harry Potter fanfiction that I wrote. Should I give them my author name that I went by?
Yeah, I'm about to say, where'd you post?
So I posted it on harrypotterfanfiction.net, I think is what it's called.
Right.
Or fanfiction.net, actually. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Or what it is now.
And you can post on, what's the other one? I don't like.
Archive of Our Own. I don't think I ever posted on that one. No, I think I discovered that later. Because that one, I couldn't do the Wattpad.
Really?
I never read any stories off Wattpad. I couldn't read. It wasn't user friendly to me. I couldn't find the stories I wanted. See, Archive of Our Own, they have you can really delve deep into what you want.
So
and I love that.
I love it, but the way it looks, I'm like, oh, this is I'm coding. You know?
Oh.
I just didn't like the vibe.
Have you looked at it recently?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm on there. I'm on there all the time.
Back in the day.
No, I'm still back here right now.
Well, I just read mine on Tumblr.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
No.
Hello,
I'm reading it. No. So, okay. So.
You posted where? What was the name?
So my author name. So my favorite character was Rose Weasley.
Is it still your favorite character? Would she be your favorite character?
Probably. Just because I liked the idea. So Rose Weasley is Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger's daughter.
Okay.
And I liked the idea that there was so much open to that world that...
Right, there's not a lot of canon.
Yeah, there's not a lot of canon. So I was like, oh, there's so much that I could do. There's freedom in that.
Yeah.
So I loved that. And I liked Ron and Hermione were my OTP.
Absolutely.
They were my fave. I love them. I'm still a diehard Hermione fan. Don't come at me, you Hermione people. I love them. And Rose because they're daughters. So I'm
right,
like,
right.
I love her already.
It's so open for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should I just...
Okay, wait.
Yeah,
What's her personality?
In my head?
Is that me?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it's Brady's. I don't know.
No, that's what me. My bad. I forgot to do that.
Oh, watch your wire.
Oh, did forget about that too. My bad.
You're good.
Sorry, real quick. Intermission.
Don't enter that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I forgot what we were saying.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Rose's personality.
Rose's personality. So, in my head, and a lot of the fan fictions that I wrote, she's a little hot-headed.
Okay.
Know? She's got that temper.
Right.
The Weasley temper.
Okay.
But she's a smarty.
Oh, yeah. I see both.
Yeah. Because she's got the brains of her mom, but the heart of her dad.
Rose Weasley. Brains of her mom, heart of her dad.
Yeah.
I love that.
Right? And, okay, so I am not the biggest fan of enemies to lovers.
Yeah, not a fan of that either.
But this is my only enemies to lovers that I go hard for. I think Rose Weasley and Scorpius Malfoy, they definitely get together. They're my next OTP, I think, in the Harry Potter world, honestly. I go hard for them.
Okay, tell me his personality.
So Scorpius, he's a little suave. He's kind of little, you know, got the Draco Malfoy attitude. But I think he's got the heart of his mom, who is Astoria Greengrass. And, you know, she's a pureblood too, but, like, I think she's softer.
Yeah.
So I think that he has that heart. His best friend is Albus Potter.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, I think, and both of them are Slytherin.
Oh.
Albus and Scorpius. Rose, I think, is a Gryffindor.
For sure.
She can't, she's up in her head
Yeah.
that she has to, like, you know, follow the footsteps of her parents, like, fill that legacy.
Yeah.
Especially because she's the daughter of 2/3 of the Golden Trio, not just Harry Potter, you know?
Yeah.
Like, still, there's a lot going on there, but...
Hermione as your mom.
And Ron as your dad. Yeah. So, and I think, you know, she takes it to heart, like, Ron in the epilogue, she's like... Or he tells Rose, he's like, oh, so that's little Scorpius Malfoy. Like, you better beat him and everything, you know? And so I think she takes that to heart. Yes. And she's like, no, there's competition.
Yes.
I think Albus and Rose are, like, best friends, like cousins. They were close growing up. They were in the same year. Yeah. You know, best friend parents, whatever. Yeah. And so when Scorpius comes around, they're both in Slytherin. She's in Gryffindor. They become best friends. She's like, no, you're taking my fucking best friend away from me? So she's already like we got beef.
Another layer.
And then I think he likes to tease her. Because you know
runs in the family.
It runs in the family. And so I think that, you know, he's like, and she's like,
Okay, is it like he fell first? Or what was the thing? She fell first, but he fell harder. Or is it like he fell first?
Usually I think it was like the fan fictions I liked and like some of the ideas that I had was like forced proximity. And then that kind of made them like they had to work together. And then they finally found out that like, oh, there's this fine line between love and hate.
Gotta kick him out of feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I also have some where I think like it was just like that idea of that there's a fine line between love and hate. Just like over the years, like he's cute and I can say that he's cute, or like, oh, she's pretty. I can say she's pretty, but like I'm supposed to hate you.
Yeah.
But there's something, the chemistry, there's something, you know, so that's kind of the vibe that I like for them.
Do you have the very first one you wrote?
I do. I do. It's the one that I was telling you about, where I remember specifically writing. It's not a Rose Weasley one or anything. I know.
The first one?
This first one.
You came out with a banger.
I did. I did come out with a banger. This one is Ginny in the 7th book/movie. But I remember sitting at my desk in my bedroom. Yeah. Typing on my computer, and I would like say it out loud because I was like I had to hear it. Yeah. I'm not very good at writing. Like I'm more of a dialogue. I gotta say it. And it has to sound good. Yeah. And so I'd like dramatically like be saying it, like kind of whispering it. I'd be like, no, that's so good. And then I remember just sitting, once I finished reading it, I like kept reading it over and over again out loud. And I was like, oh, I'm giving myself chills.
Masterpiece.
This is so good. And that's when I decided I'm gonna post stuff. So I don't even think I said what my Yeah, so what my author pen name was.
Yeah.
So why I was talking about Rose Weasley is because my pen name was Rose Weasley, Fire Princess. Don't ask me why.
But also, it makes sense. Fire, her hair. Princess, because mom and dad.
Yeah. Golden trio. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So you can find me.
Rose Weasley, Fire Princess.
Yeah. You can find me on fanfiction.net. I haven't posted in over 10 years.
Yeah.
That was over 10 years ago.
Ew.
We're old.
No. Move on.
But yeah.
Okay, what are we starting out with?
Should I start out with that Dear Harry one? Or the Ginny? That's what's titled. Dear Harry.
Okay.
Ooh, I went by my full name in my author. It was by Kelcie Ann Weber.
Look her up on IMDb.
Because I don't go by Ann with my middle name Ann. Look, I'm not pulling a Vanessa Hudgens. She went by Vanessa Ann Hudgens.
Did she?
Yeah, in the first High School Musical movie, the credits say...
She was trying to be like, oh,
look,
the whole thing.
I get it. I love my middle name.
Right.
Because I hate my last name. But that's a whole other story.
Remember, I want production, so I need accents. I need voices. I need the whisper, the tear, everything.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. So get your audiobook vibes ready because that's what we're doing.
Oh my God.
So this one is like as if Ginny was saying the whole thing. It's like she's writing a letter she can never send.
Okay, set the scene.
I don't know because I haven't read it in a long time. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is like, okay. So the first part is like in her brain and then we actually have a letter to Harry that she writes. It's short. A lot of these are short and sweet.
Okay.
So this is this is the 7th movie.
Okay.
Harry, Ron, and Hermione are out trying to find Horcruxes. Ginny is with Neville, Luna, everybody else.
Okay.
You know, going back to Hogwarts that have been taken over.
Yeah.
You know, by Death Eaters. Snape is headmaster.
Right.
Dumbledore's dead. All the stuff.
Shit's going down.
Shit's going down. The car ride to platform 9 3/4 was dreadful. It was as though we were going to a funeral. But what was worse was when we actually got there. The children weren't running up and down the platform. The parents weren't talking to each other about their work and families. Instead, I saw parents silently crying, hugging their children as though they would lose them at any second. The children's eyes were full of fear instead of a sparkle of excitement. That's when I knew Hogwarts wasn't going to be the same. Hogwarts was going to become our prison. When I turned around to face my family for what seemed like the last time, I took in their faces. They all seemed to tell me the same thing. Keep your head down, don't do anything stupid, and be safe. I hugged all of them, assuring each of them I would be good. I waved to them and slowly made my way up to the train. Going through the train, looking at everybody's faces, I saw questioning looks as they stared at me. I knew what their silent question was. Where is he? Harry. I wish I knew. I wish I could tell them all he was fighting you-know-who right this very minute, and soon we would all be free of the horror that awaited us. But I couldn't. I couldn't tell them that everything was going to be all right. I couldn't tell them that once we were at Hogwarts, everything will be the same. I couldn't tell them, even though I wished with all my might I could. But I couldn't lie. I walked into the compartment with Luna, Neville, and Seamus. The ride to Hogwarts was uneventful, other than the Death Eaters coming aboard to see if Harry was here. I wish. I couldn't sleep. No matter how hard I tried, sleep would not overcome me. I could hear the distant snores of my fellow roommates, and I envied them. Sleep had hit them like a drug from the moment they entered the warm cocoon of their beds. I looked at the clock on my bedside table, and it read 12:48. I knew it would be no use trying to fall asleep now. So I got up, and grabbed some parchment, a quill, and some ink, and climbed up into bed again. There, I started my letter I knew I would never send. Dear Harry, wherever you are. I can't deny it, Harry. I'm scared. Everything's different here at Hogwarts without you. When you were here, I felt protected, safe. Now all I feel is grief and sorrow. The Great Hall isn't full of laughter anymore, Harry. It's as though somebody has died. But I suppose somebody has died. People are dying every day, Harry. Every minute I hope it isn't my family or friends. And every second I hope it isn't you. You're our only hope, Harry. I believe in you. We all do. Love, Ginny. Finn.
Oh my god.
Was he good?
That was fucking good.
I was 12. No, because that's what I'm saying. I thought it was a banger. And you know what?
That was a banger.
That was a banger. I held up. I haven't read these in a really long time.
That was so good.
Okay.
What the
Rose Weasley Fire Princess, leave a review. Yeah, I never got any reviews. I would write on my own, anonymous. I would say, it was so good.
No, that was actually really good. Ew, I can literally see it.
Yeah, this is probably the best one out of all of them. So it all just goes downhill from
I
here.
need that printed out on a nice parchment-y, paper.
Yeah.
Stained in tea, written with the quill.
Let's get a little binding.
Get a little bit of binding going on the wall.
Yeah. All the young dudes, step aside. There's a new queen in town.
Thank you. Oh my god, that was so good.
Thank you. Thank you. It all goes downhill from here.
No, let's start at a high though.
Yeah.
That was really good. Ew.
I'm a little nervous.
I ate that up.
I was really
No, me too. I was like,
my bones are tight right now. I'm like,
I was stiff. I had to hear everything.
Yeah.
But I was trying to be low-key oh my god. But I didn't want, to distract you.
So, okay.
I think we're wrapping up. Let's just end on a high.
Yeah, end on a high.
Oh, that was so good. Okay, sorry.
What would you rate it out of 10? How many stars would you give it?
Okay. Out of 10, I would give it a 9.5.
Wow, not 10.
Only because at one point there was a line I wish you had added. I forgot. It was something I was worried about my friends, or I was scared my friends or family was gonna die.
Yeah.
And I thought you were gonna say something about or one of the students in my class, students, to boom, boom,
make
boom.
it more, yeah,
but that's the. But you know what,
look,
9.75.
I need a beta reader.
And I'm the beta reader.
And you're the beta reader.
Okay, stars rating out of 5.
Just round up.
I get 5 stars. That was so good.
Thank you.
Ooh, next one. Let's go.
Okay, let's see. I'll give you some options.
Yeah, I was like, what genres? Who do we got?
Okay, do you want another sad one that's the same vibe in the same era as that?
Okay.
Hermione. Or do you want a Teddy Lupin, a little next gen? Oh, the rest are pretty much next gen, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, what's this one? A lot of them are titled by my title, and I don't know. Ooh, okay, so we've got a couple Teddy.
Okay.
One that's another sad one, kind of.
Okay.
One that's a little bit of a romance. A lot of them have Rose Weasley. We've got a Hermione and Rose.
Ooh.
Little mom and daughter. What's this one? Oh, that's not really even a full one.
Okay, these are different from the ones you posted, or these the ones you posted?
Some of them I posted, some I did not.
When you showed me it looked like there was a lot. Not a lot, but
yeah. Well, I chose for us today short ones.
Why would you rob me?
Maybe that'll have to be another episode. Because I just was attention spans are short these days.
True, I see that.
So I was like, let me get some short
No, we're
ones.
making a part 2. Because I'll consume that. Okay.
Okay. So what's the vibe? You want...
Let's do...
the era with Hermione.
I'm thinking Hermione. Rose and her mom.
Rose and her mom.
No, Hermione. Wait. More of Teddy or Rose? Rose, probably, right?
I have more Rose.
Okay. I'm thinking her and mom. Or no, Hermione, Teddy, then we end on Rose.
Okay, well, I have more than those, by the way, that I just said. But we'll start with that. And we'll see where we're at.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So let's keep the same vibe going.
Okay. So Hermione,
same era. This is her in the tent.
Okay. When?
Ron just left. Ron left.
Okay.
So, like, it's, like, kind of, there's a part in the books where Hermione's, like, kind of, like, on the armchair, like, reading or something, and, like, she and Harry aren't talking that much because she's, like, sad, and, like, Harry kind of passes her and, like, is like, oh, she's just fucking depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is titled Promises Broken.
Production as well, don't forget.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember sitting there, trying to get comfortable while still trying to hide my tears from Harry. I couldn't let him see me like this. Not now. Not after what happened. I had to be strong for the both of us. I couldn't just break down because he left. No. I sat in the old armchair reading and translating Tales of Beetle the Bard. I kept his Chudley Cannon's blanket wrapped tightly around me. I could smell his scent on it. Barely. Like it was a dream you try remembering after you wake, but it's just faintly there, slipping away. Like him. I didn't know if he would come back. There was a part of me that wanted to believe he would. Like he was only outside looking for some mushrooms for me to fix for dinner. But I knew it was only Harry outside, watching. And me. Just sitting here while Voldemort and his evil dark followers were out there hunting, killing, ruining lives of innocent people. The poor, innocent people who were counting on Harry. How can I be worrying about me when it's Harry who will have to fight him in the end? How can I be so selfish? But he promised. He promised he would stay and keep me safe. I wouldn't get hurt. He wouldn't leave. He broke his promise. And it's all Voldemort's fault. At first I thought it was mine. It was my fault that he left. But it wasn't. It was that stupid locket. That's what drove him away. That's what broke him, made him leave. Leave me and Harry. It's driving me insane. Where is he? What did he mean I chose Harry? I only stayed for what I knew was right. If I followed my heart instead of my head, I would be with him. I wouldn't be worrying about all of this. But I know I have to do what is right and stay for the good of the world. But it's hard. I miss him. I want him. I need him. I need him right here with me, holding me, whispering to me that it was going to turn out all right in the end. But he isn't here, and I don't know if he ever will. Finn?
I want to say,
Yeah?
that was so Hermione.
Right? I was like, I tried to get the voices, you know? Like,
no, that was good. I was like, no, that's Hermione.
Like, I made the choice. I don't know if you noticed. She's saying Voldemort in her head instead of you-know-who. Ginny was saying you-know-who.
Yes, that's very that.
You know, because in the last book, they were all like, no, we've got to say, like, you like fear the name, only increases fear the name and stuff. Obviously, they found out later that saying Voldemort was bad.
Yeah.
But I made that choice. Thank you.
No, that was really good. Like, the whole time I was like, damn, that's like Hermione's actually right. That's Hermione.
Oh my gosh.
You're writing so good.
Should I go back?
I think you should.
Should I be a writer?
No, literally.
Wait, no. I just don't think I am.
At 12, 13?
Like.
No, that was really good.
Okay, do you like this one or the first one better?
That's a hard one.
I think the Ginny one is Ginny's is my absolute favorite fan fiction that I ever wrote.
I think I still lean towards it, but like, that's close, because that was really good.
Thank you.
No, because it was like, if I followed my heart instead of my head, I'd be with him.
Ah! No, because Hermione is all about doing what's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was good. That was freaking good. I'm going to rate that one 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
4.5 stars.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Y'all are really in for a treat.
Okay, so we are doing Teddy next. Is that what we said?
Yes.
Okay, so this one was based off a prompt.
Okay.
I think a Tumblr prompt.
Yeah.
I don't know what that prompt was because I did not write that in here specifically.
Okay.
it probably was like Teddy learns about his mom and dad. That's probably what the prompt was.
Okay, give me some background about him. What's his personality?
So Teddy Lupin.
Yeah.
He's the son of Nymphadora Tonks and Remus Lupin. Yeah. And Godfather's Harry.
Right.
And in my head, he probably stayed with his grandmother Andromeda and Harry. Like, he kind of was like, because, Harry was still a kid. He probably couldn't bring up another kid. So Andromeda probably was like more, his grandma, but also brought him up.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if we know specifically, what's the age gap between him and...
Well, Harry was 17 when Teddy, I think, was born. So there's a 17-year difference.
Okay. And here, he's like...
Teddy?
Yeah.
Teddy Lupin was 13 years old.
13!
So in this one, he's 13.
Okay, so Harry, godfather.
Yeah, Harry's a godfather.
But he was like 17, still a kid. So like, raised by...
Andromeda, his grandmother. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he's probably got that humor like Tonks did. Sure. But I think he's very calm. He has that calming presence that I think Lupin did have.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
And he's a metamorphogus like Tonks. Because like in all the pictures, he always has like the blue teal hair.
Yeah.
And I think in the book it says that as well.
Yeah.
So he can like change, Yeah.
Is he paired with anybody?
He is. I don't know if it's canon. I always think it is canon, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
But he's with Victoire Weasley, who is Fleur and Bill's oldest daughter, who was also born, or like...
Oh, they were like just around the same,
Yeah,
right?
just around the same. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or like maybe she's a year younger, because maybe they were pregnant. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I read the books, but... Yeah.
Okay, so I was looking at the little family tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Wait, what's her personality like?
I think she's a little bit more of a beauty queen.
Okay.
Like her mama.
Uh-huh.
So she's got that little sass. But, I think all the Weasleys have that Weasley temper.
Absolutely.
So she's got that sass, beauty queen. But, like, yeah. And she's, like, she's one of the oldest of the whole Weasley next gen. Yeah. So I think she's kind of been... that older sister to everybody vibe because she's one of the oldest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This one does not have a title. Sorry. Okay. I'm not going to do a British accent because it's not his POV.
Ooh.
But I will do an accent when someone's talking, I guess.
Perfect.
Okay. Teddy Lupin was 13 years old. He was in his 3rd year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and he lived with his grandmother Andromeda. He knew his parents died in the war, and he knew their names and a couple of facts about them, but he didn't know them. During Christmas break, he went home to his grandmother with the idea in his head to ask her about his parents. One evening, while they were in the living room, Teddy courageously asked in a soft voice, "Grandma, who are my parents?" Andromeda looked up from her book and took her reading glasses off slowly. You know who they were, silly. They were Nymphadora Tonks and Remus Lupin. I know their names, but I don't know who they were or what they were like. Andromeda didn't say anything for a while. She took a bookmark and marked her page, then carefully set the book on the side table. She took a long sip of her iced tea and then set that on the side table next to her book. She looked at Teddy, who had her full attention, and began to speak. Your mother, Nymphadora, was a beautiful young woman. She was a metamorphosis, just like you. I remember her telling me that while she was in school, people would make fun of her. You see, Teddy, she was outgoing and so very clumsy. She didn't care what people thought of her, and didn't morph her appearance into something she knew she wasn't. It broke my heart, though, to know that people would lock her out of the Hufflepuff Tower by changing the password on her. She had to sit outside for hours until someone was kind enough to tell her the new password. At this point, she had tears in her eyes. I remember her coming to me in her 5th year, with a proud look in her eyes and telling me she was going to be an Auror when she graduated. She told everyone that was what she was going to be when she grew up. Teddy, when your mother set her heart on something, she was going to achieve it no matter what. That is what caught your father's attention. Her heart. Dora was so in love with your father. But Remus wouldn't let himself get close to her. You remember that he was a werewolf, right? Well, Your father didn't want to hurt your mother or take the risk of you becoming a werewolf like him. But Dora didn't care. She wanted to be with him, no matter the price. Teddy, the war was what began their love, and the war is what ended them. But I want you to remember that they loved you very much, and they're still watching over you. Now, it's time for bed. Come give your grandmother a hug. So it's like a sweet little,
cozy.
yeah.
Oh, I know, I like that.
Yeah. Just like, because Tonks was Andromeda's daughter.
Yeah.
So I feel like she would have more to say about her daughter.
100%.
But yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, out of 10?
But this one's like mediocre to me. It's like,
No, I like it's cozy.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do like a 7. I'm only saying
pretty high.
Oh, you think?
I'd probably give it I'm choking.
Like a 5?
I'd probably give it a 5. Just because I feel like the other ones were so good.
Okay,
really put that bar high.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
And just because, like, I want more Teddy. But, like, the whole story about, like, the parents. Like, I like that. And then stars, 3.
Yeah.
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 I like that, though. That was cozy.
Okay. You wanted to do the Hermione and Rose bonding?
Yes. Wait. Was that the only Teddy?
There's like a Teddy and Victoire, but it's more Victoire.
Okay.
Do you want that one?
No, I don't know.
And we're gonna read all of them, I guess.
Okay, let's start. We'll be Hermione and Rose.
Okay. Okay. I'll do the same thing. So dialogue is British, but
I love the production.
The rest. Yeah. Okay. Rose. Oh, this one's like. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The title of this is called Closer.
Okay.
Don't ask me where I came up with these titles.
I don't figure it out.
I haven't read this, so I don't know how. Maybe it's them getting closer. I don't know.
Okay.
Rose, let me in. Come on, Rose, talk to me. Hermione was upset. And you know what happens when Hermione Weasley, Granger, gets upset. Let's just say, not good. No, go away. I don't want to talk to anybody. Her daughter Rose screeched back through the other side of the door. Rose Nymphadora Weasley, don't make me blast this door off. You let me in this minute, young lady. The door slowly creaked open, and Hermione pushed it open to see her daughter's red, tear-streaked face looking at the ground. Oh, Rosie, what happened? You haven't said a word since you got off the train. Hermione tried to lift her daughter's chin up so she could look at her in the face, but she turned away and went to sit on the bed, looking at her hand in her lap. Talk to me, Rose. You know you can talk to me about anything, she said, making her way to the bed and sitting down next to her daughter. Rose sniffed and turned to look at her mother. Tell me about how you and Daddy got together. Hun, I've told you this story so many times you could tell me it word for word. Please, Mom, just one more time, she said in a pleading voice. How about I tell you something I've never told you before? You're old enough to know. They got comfortable, getting pillows and turning to face each other. So, you know how your dad, Uncle Harry, and I went on the search for Horcruxes when we were in our 7th year? My age. Yep. So, this takes place after we were taken to Malfoy Manor. Flashback. Stop or she dies, Bellatrix screeched. Hermione was deathly still. She was close to unconsciousness from all the torment she had gotten from the same woman that was holding her with a knife at her throat. Drop your wands, she whispered. Drop them, or we'll see exactly how filthy her blood is. She was slowly slipping into unconsciousness, and all she could hear was the faint sound of people talking and the brief clatter of wands. She also felt a searing pain on her neck from the silver, shining blade. All of a sudden, she felt herself falling, and something falling on top of her. I'm going to die, she thought, as she finally drifted into unconsciousness. Back to the present. I had been out for a while, but once I had finally awoken, Ron was there, next to my bed. We had gone to your Uncle Bill and Aunt Flora's cottage. Mom, it can't be over yet. That's barely anything. I'm not done yet. Just give me a moment. Flashback. Hermione slowly awakened in a soft bed, with sunlight streaming over her aching body. She turned to see a figure with bright red hair in the chair looking at her, with a relieved smile on his face. She couldn't help but smile back. Hermione, he said in a whisper. How are you feeling? Better, I guess. Hermione, I was afraid we were going to lose you. Ron, to be honest, so was I. They stared at each other silently, not knowing what to say. I think I want to get up and stretch my legs. I've been in this bed for who knows how long, said Hermione, getting out of bed. As she got up, she felt a little dizzy, wobbling around for a second. Ron got up and held her elbow, trying to keep her steady. She muttered thanks and walked toward the door. Ron followed, and they silently entered the hallway. If you want, we can go to the sitting room. It's just across here. Ron led her to the sitting room, but stopped short in the doorway. Ron, what happened back there? All I remember is me screaming from the hurt over my body. Well, there was a lot going on. What do you want to know? Ron said, looking down at his shuffling feet. What were you and Harry doing down there? While I was with Bellatrix. Well, Harry was trying to figure out a way out, I guess, and I was, yelling. Yelling? Yeah, yelling. What were you yelling, Ron? Your name? His face was a violent shade of magenta. Hermione was shocked to hear that he had called out her name. She was so close to kissing him. Ron, that's the sweetest thing. Sorry. It's so funny. Just him calling her name. That's the sweetest thing anybody has ever done. Look, I was 12. Okay. Let me.
Yeah. Click yourself.
Click myself, okay. Ron, that's the sweetest thing anybody has ever done. She took a step forward towards the confused redhead and put her head on his chest and her arms around his torso. He finally understood that he should probably put his arms around her too, so as to not make it any more awkward as it already was. They stepped away from each other and both had a relieved look on their faces. I need you two as well, they heard Harry call to them, and they stepped out of the doorway towards his voice. How are you? Harry asked Hermione. You were amazing. Coming up with that story when she was hurting you like that? Hermione gave a weak smile as Ron gave her a one-arm squeeze. Back to the present. Mm-hmm. So, then we went to talk to Griphook and Ollivander, and things led up to the war. Hermione finished, taking a deep breath. He must have been really scared when she was torturing you. Yes, but things got better, and it brought your dad and I closer. So, do you want to tell me why you've been locked up in this room of yours sulking around? Not really, but I will. Go on. Okay, well, there's this boy. You see, I really like him, and I know he likes me. How are you so sure? He told me, and he kissed me? All right, go ahead. Why are you so upset? He says we can't be together because of our families. Wait, Rosie, who is this boy? Scorpius? Scorpius Malfoy. But I really like him, and he likes me. But he says that his parents and you guys would never allow it. I told him it was our decision, but he told me he wasn't good enough and I deserve someone better. Honey, if you really like him and he likes you, nothing should be able to come between you. His parents will get over it and your father will too. I'm absolutely fine with you two dating. Al says he's a nice kid, and so do your Uncle Harry and Aunt Ginny. And sometimes the girl has to take charge of these things because the boy thinks he's doing what's best, when sometimes he's not. I guess you're right. I'm going to go owl him right now. Thanks so much, Mom. You're the best. Love you. With that, Rose left, leaving her mom thinking about Ron and herself.
I feel like now we get a trickle.
Now we get
the age showing.
Yeah. I wasn't good at the romance. I was good at the drama.
No, and I was eating the drama up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. I'm gonna go album right now. No, I love that though.
You know, some of these I didn't refine.
And you didn't.
I was like, I'm an author now. I have to get the content out.
I gotta keep up with the demand.
I gotta keep up with the demand. Even though no one's commenting on it. I have to put more out so there's more chance of people commenting and finding my stuff. I'm gonna become famous.
I did like it though. I was just like, where are we going?
Yeah.
Because like,
I did not remember where this one was going. So it was more of like a Hermione and Ron backstory.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of insight into Hermione's brain during those moments.
Right.
And telling her daughter. I don't know how it connected though. With her daughter being upset.
That I was searching for as well.
You know, there's romance and romance. That's the connection.
Right. And the mother-daughter.
And the mother-daughter, boys are stupid.
Boys are stupid.
That was the moral of the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Hermione, she had to kiss Ron.
Yeah. Okay. We'll rate that one.
Look, it wasn't horrendous.
It wasn't horrendous at all. I'm gonna say a good 5.
Really? I'm all like a 3.5 or 4.
It was leaning towards a 4.
Yeah.
We'll do 4.5.
Okay. And probably give it like 2 stars.
We'll give it 2 stars.
Yeah.
Let's do.
I mean, look, I was trying.
I love a good flashback moment.
Yeah.
We were trying to do something different with the
writing. I was trying to be different.
And I liked that. And I liked it.
Like, I wasn't trying to do the classic, like, oh, this is a romance. I was like, no, let me
Let's do a different take on it.
Yeah. No,
wow.
It's pretty cool.
You're a writer.
I'm a writer for real.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so we've got another Rose Weasley. Okay. We have Victoire and Teddy, which also is a little bit of Rose and Scorpius in there.
Okay.
It's always got to come back to Rose and Scorpius.
Absolutely.
I have one that I'm saving for last though, but it's actually a collection that we're saving for last. But so those are what we have.
Okay, I'm thinking.
So just those 2.
So Rose and Scorpion? Or just Rose?
This one also has Victoire in it.
Ooh. So
I didn't remember that I wrote that much of Victoire, but she's in 2 of these stories.
Okay, what's this one? So Rose and Victoire.
They're both Rose and Victoire. Do we want a little bit of Teddy, or do we want just the other one? No Teddy. Teddy? No Teddy.
Teddy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. Okay.
What?
So I wrote an author's note. I said, hey guys, I know I haven't written in a while, but I'm back, and I have a few stories on my computer that just need to be edited, then published. I love you guys so much, and don't forget to review. With the face, it's like, like with the D, you know, with the big smiley face. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Look, my author's note. I was trying to be with the people.
No, I love the author's note. Guys,
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, this one's called The Return.
Oh, that was it?
It's called The Return.
Ooh.
Okay.
Always so much mystery in that. Okay.
Victoire Weasley sat in her bed at her parents' house, crying in a ball, her pajama shirt stained by her tears. She hadn't wanted... Sorry. That's so funny. Okay. They get sillier as they go.
Right.
She hadn't wanted Teddy to leave her to go on a mission for work. She couldn't bear to be at home without her fiancé. It had been about a week since Teddy left, and she didn't know when he was coming back. Vic's stomach was churning, but she didn't care. She just wanted Teddy back, with his arms around her, telling her that everything was going to be fine. There was a knock at the door, and Vic wiped the tears on her face away and uncurled from her ball form slightly. "Come in," she said softly. Rose slowly opened the door and peeked inside. She noticed Vic's red eyes and asked quietly, "Are you all right?" Vic nodded. "Yeah, I'm fine, Rosie." She smiled the best that she could. "Why are you here?" she asked gently. Rose frowned, knowing that she was lying, but ignored it anyway. "Well, I was wondering if I could ask you a question. It's a bit personal, but I didn't know who else to ask." She blushed slightly and looked downward. She felt guilty having burst in on her cousin crying. Victoire nodded and beckoned her to come into the room, wiping her eyes and uncurling a little bit more. "What's the question?" she asked quietly, moving over on her bed so Rose could sit with her. Rose crept forward, closing the door behind her softly. She sat on the bed, cross-legged, and turned to face Victoire. "Well, it's just... there's this boy, and I don't know what to do about him because I'm supposed to hate him, but I don't. Well, I guess I do, but I don't at the same time. It's all so confusing, and I don't know what to do. I came to you because I thought you would know what to do and because I knew you wouldn't judge me." She said all of this very quickly. Victoire laughed slightly, knowing exactly what she was talking about. "Uncle Ron can't do anything if you like Scorpius, Rosie," she smirked, having had read the situation. "Just talk to him," she said quietly. Rose looked shocked. "How did you know I was talking about Scorpius? And it's not as easy as you think. You had Teddy from the start. You guys didn't hate each other, and your parents weren't enemies," she said, slumping a little and crossing her arms. Victoire laughed slightly. "Just because Teddy and I never hated each other, and our parents weren't enemies, doesn't mean that it was easy. I'm smart, Rose. I graduated head girl with all my newts." She smiled. "I know you are, but so am I. It's not all about being smart. You're part Vila. You're just plain perfect. And you know how to talk to everybody. Everybody loves you, Vic. I can barely talk to my own family without turning bright red. And I'm not exactly pretty either, with my stupid bushy red hair and millions of freckles everywhere. I wish I looked more like you," she grumbled. "No, you don't. I'm not perfect, and you know that. You aren't pretty, you're beautiful, Rosie, even if you can't see it. I can talk to people in everyday life, but I'm horrible at confronting certain people. I'm a klutz, and I have a new bruise every other day, even if it heals quicker," she reasoned. Rose blushed. "I guess." "Thanks, Vic." She smiled. "So, are you going to tell me why you were crying? I want to help." Victoire smiled a little. "It's fine. I'm fine. I just miss Teddy," she said quietly. Rose frowned and crinkled her eyebrows in confusion. "Teddy? But why do you miss him? He's in the..." She was cut off by someone opening the door. Victoire looked at Rose, raising her eyebrows. "He's on a mission," she said quietly before looking at the door. The person at the door cleared his throat. "A mission, huh? Sounds like a tough guy. Must be extremely handsome, too." Teddy smirked and leaned against the door frame. There he was in all his glory. His turquoise hair was falling into his eyes, and he had bags under his eyes from lack of sleep. He looked a little skinnier than he was before he left, but he was there nonetheless, with a huge smile on his face. Victoire looked at him, her mouth splitting into a grin. "Oh, trust me, he is. But he can be a real softie when it comes to his fiancée." She laughed, standing up and going over to where he was. "No offense, but you've looked better," she teased, kissing his cheek. He laughed and caught her in a hug. "I've missed you, Victoire." She smiled and hugged him back. "I missed you more, Teddy." "Not possible," he smiled back.
"He must be ruggedly handsome."
But I feel like that's such a him thing to do.
Yeah.
Because like I could see the Marauders being like that, and even though he didn't know them.
But like, that's him.
That's him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, mission, sounds like a real guy."
No.
Look, I had to put Rose and Scorpius in pretty much all of my next gen.
And that's...
Because that was my...
Because that is your next gen.
That is what my next gen is. It all revolves around them.
Thank you.
I was trying to branch out.
Thank you. You did.
I did.
Please stay to your roots.
Yeah, I stayed to my roots. And I love that it's like, I have to put that in. And there's really no resolution to that. It's just talk to him. Your parents can't do anything. It's fine.
Good.
Okay, cool.
All right. How can I help you?
Yeah. That's what it is pretty much in all the stories.
Because that was like the main conflict.
That's the main conflict.
You know?
Also, I love that like in all of these, it's always like, I wish that my man was there to tell me everything was okay.
Yeah.
Look,
hold me.
That was the drama. Okay. Look. The angst. Yeah.
We can rate that one.
Better, worse than the Hermione Rose one? What do you think?
I like the Hermione Rose better, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably agree. They both kind of suck to me.
This one? Not our strongest?
No,
not our strongest.
I like the end, though.
I like the end.
I like the end.
It was like a cheesy, fun little like...
The sass. I love it. The teasing. I like that.
We'll keep it with that 4.
Okay.
We'll keep it with that 4.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm saying like a 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 stars still? 1.5? No,
we'll give it 2.
We'll give it 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We haven't gotten to 1-star territory yet.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You said we'll get there.
We'll get there. So let me tell you.
Okay.
So this other one, that's also Rose and Victoire, very similar vibes.
Okay.
Just because it's Rose doing her thing again. I definitely use some of the same like language. You can tell that I wrote these.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to really get imagery, the curling in a ball,
Ooh.
the tear stained shirt, those things. I was like, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Imagery.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And this one is.
What? This one has that word. I use the S word.
This is my favorite.
Line. So wait, okay. I don't know. Am I allowed to say this on pod? Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
I know I say the F word all the time.
I always say shit.
I would say not shit word. It's the S. Slut.
Get it out there.
Slut. I was 12, maybe 13.
No, you get that.
And I was like, fucking that girl.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna eat this one up.
Okay.
I'm ready for this one. Okay.
I now started going by Kelcie Weber.
Ooh,
I took out the and. I refined.
Okay. No name.
No name.
Ooh.
No name.
Okay. Wait. This one, sorry. Rose
Victoire is about Scorpios.
Yeah. This about a little bit of Teddy?
I don't think there's... Maybe if, like, Victoire says something about Teddy, but no
just,
Teddy.
Like, them two about him. Okay.
Okay. Rose Weasley sat on her bed in the girls' dormitory crying in a ball, her pajama shirt stained with her tears.
Yeah.
She knew it was stupid for her to be crying over a boy, but she couldn't help it. Why did she have to be in love with stupid, bloody Scorpius Malfoy? She was supposed to hate him. And she did. Well, kind of. She fought with him all the time. In fact, they had just had a yelling match in the Great Hall. That was why she was currently bedridden, while Malfoy was probably snogging some random Slytherin slut in a broom cupboard. There was a soft knock on the door, and Rose wiped the tears on her face away and uncurled from her ball form slightly. That was definitely the same exact sentence. I just changed the names. Come in, she said softly. Look, I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
Reuse some of your good stuff, you know?
Follow the blueprint.
Yeah, follow the blueprint. Hey, Rosie, called Victoire, who peeked her head around the door. Your dorm mates are scared to come in here. No one wants to face your wrath. She walked into the dorm and sat down on the edge of her cousin's bed. Want to talk about it? She asked, looking down at her younger cousin. Rose looked up at her older cousin. I don't know. It's stupid. If I tell you, you'll think it's stupid, then I'll feel stupid. Her lips quirked up into a small smile. You're one of the smartest people I know, Rose. If you think it's important, it probably is. Rose got up from the bed and faced the wall. She pressed her forehead against it and mumbled something. Victoire turned to let her gaze follow Rose. I can't hear you if you're facing the wall. Rose shifted her head toward Victoire. I may or may not be in love with Scorpius Malfoy. She quickly hid her face in her hands. Her mouth, I was not good at actually saying who was talking. I would just say her, she. And I'm like, who?
Oh, okay.
So, sorry, I'm trying to edit this on the fly a little.
Okay.
Victoire's mouth opened slightly before she closed it. That's certainly a twist. I can't say I was expecting it, but it seems very Rose. She paused before adding, your feelings are nothing to be ashamed of. Do you know how he feels about you? Rose peeked from behind her hands, her face red. He hates my guts, and I'm supposed to hate his guts. Why can't my life just go as it's supposed to? She fell onto the bed. Why does he hate you? Victoire asked. If you're supposed to hate him because he's a Slytherin, I have some things to tell you. Well, we were born to hate each other, weren't we? Our families have hated each other for years. Vic rolled her eyes. Old prejudices cause tension. Doesn't mean you have to agree with them. I went out with Zabini a while ago. Didn't hear anyone complain about that. The only one who's stopping anything is you. Rose twisted her hands together. I guess you're right. But that still doesn't change the fact that he doesn't like me. We fight all the time. Is he really fighting you? She questioned. Or is it to get your attention? Rose looked up at her. I've never thought about it like that. But what am I supposed to do? There's still a chance he doesn't like me. Ugh, it's so confusing. She threw her hands up, almost hitting Victoire. Victoire shrugged, narrowly avoiding her cousin's hands. A bemused smile crossed her face. Just ask him, I guess. It's all you really can do. Rose stood up, putting her hands on her hips. Oh, right, because I'm just going to waltz right up to him and say, oh, hey, Malfoy, I know we just got in a fight and you may hate me and take the mickey out of me after I say this, but do you like me? Because I think I'm in love with you. Yeah, not going to happen. She crossed her arms. That's always an option. Ask him if he wants to go to the Three Broomsticks or something like that. She offered. She smirked. It's up to you to take the next step. He's going to laugh at me and make fun of me. It's too embarrassing. Can't I just stay up here in my little ball forever? It wouldn't be embarrassing. Just be brave, like your inner Gryffindor. She replied. And no, you can't. I won't let you. Rose sat down next to her cousin and sighed. When should I do it? She turned to Rose. Whenever you want. You could go now, or at dinner, at class. Rose slouched toward the door. No time like the present, I guess. She opened the door, took a deep breath, and walked out, closing the door behind her. A few seconds later, she opened the door again, peeked her head inside. If this doesn't work out, I'm blaming you. She smirked and stuck her tongue out. Vic grinned as she watched Rose walk out. Standing up, she followed behind. I'll even let you get a hex in if you try hard enough.
To be continued? What happened?
I don't know. Either that was the end, or I had a lot of unfinished stories. A lot of my Rose and Malfoy stories are actually all works in progress. Because I had such big ideas for them.
Yeah.
They were like long stories.
Yeah.
And I just never finished them. But this one seemed kind of finished.
Come back in a few weeks for the finish.
Let me go back.
No, literally. Because what happened? I'm on the edge of
What
my
happened? Did they kiss? Does he like her?
Right?
Does he not like
Okay, in my head, she goes up, stumbles, try to ask him. Him, in his head's like, oh, what?
Like, wait,
he's like,
is this
there's
me
people
the
around,
moment?
or like, I gotta like save face.
Ooh.
You know, so he's like, I would never go out with you.
He rejects her?
He rejects her. But like,
my
he's also
God.
like, he's just caught up in the moment. You know, he's like,
Yeah,
it's
trying to save face.
Yeah, so like, I
sure.
was expecting her to like say something.
And also, she has
didn't.
a big family.
And she's a big family.
And like,
Yeah.
that could cause issues. Alice's best friend, cousin.
Exactly.
No.
So he's like, no, rejected, but also like, oh my God. Like, was she being for real, or was she trying to like trick me?
Ooh.
You know? To be like,
He would.
She's like, it was never, you know?
Yeah.
She was scared. So then, you know, they're embarrassed. She goes this way, he goes that way. They try to do he tries to come up the next day or something. You know, tries to like tease her or something.
Yeah.
But she's like,
not having it. She's not having her usual.
No. Just walks away.
She's hurt.
Yes. And embarrassed.
Oh my
and he's
God. He's like, oh fuck.
What? Where are you going?
Where are you going?
And their thing.
Yeah.
So then later, boom, he has to like find her. I think he like in the middle of the night somehow.
Yeah. Like their prefects maybe doing the rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to sneak, tries to go and talk to her. And it's like somehow, like, I don't know if it sneaks in her room or the window. You know, like somehow type of rocks in the window type vibe.
Okay.
Somehow. She goes and talk to him, like, what do you want? And I'm supposed to be here, da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just like, what did you really mean? And it just like bubbles out of him. And she's like, yes, of course. You know, like, what? And they're like, okay, what do you do? She's like, I guess I'll see you.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I love that. You want to finish this?
Hold on, let me see.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna finish all the unfinished ones.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm moving all the chair around.
That's okay.
I'm excited.
So rating this one.
Rating.
Better, worse.
I'm going to say better because it left me wanting more.
That's good. That's good.
I'll put this one out of 5.
I like the dialogue of this.
Yeah,
I think I was like really looking at it because I didn't do a lot of dialogue on a lot of the other ones, and if I did, they were cringy. This one, it still has that cringe factor, but it's less. Like so it was more. That was the time.
Yeah, like that's
the fast talking and if they hate me, I hate me. No. Yeah. That was such the time, the era of fan fiction.
Right.
The angst that was like, that was it.
Yeah, I was like that followed what it was.
Yeah.
So I did like that.
Me too. Not as good as
3 star.
Yeah, I would give it like 2.5, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, wait, are we at, okay, we're at it. Okay. So, I didn't finish this project. Okay? On Tumblr, there are probably other places, but I think they were originally from Tumblr. There were these Gifs. And it was Ron Weasley's POV of each book, maybe movie. I don't know.
Okay.
And it would like be Ron Weasley and the time I met an annoying know-it-all. And they were all like Ron and Hermione based.
Okay, I've seen things like that, yeah.
I think I have them embedded into my document. And I will make sure that you guys see them too. If you're listening or watching, I'll post them somewhere on our Instagram. TBR Podcast.
Thank you.
So they were based off those.
Okay, so those are all going to be in his POV.
Yeah, so a lot of the dialogue and some of like the description and like just the writing in general is taken from the books. Like it is word for word from the book. Yeah. So like, and I think I made an author's note about that. That it belonged to that bitch author.
Love her.
At the time though, it was 2012, 2013 when we were like, love her, but we were in the dark.
Okay.
So I think I only did the first 5 or 6. Did I do the 6th? I did the 6th one. Okay, I did 1 through 6. I will say the first one is the longest, so I can skip a lot of it and just get down to the nitty-gritty.
Right.
If you want me to, or I can read the whole thing. But the rest are pretty short.
Okay, how long is that first one? Like page-wise? It's like a little.
It's 4. It's because
also
like
a
it's the like Song of the Hat, like the sorting and stuff.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of this stuff is like directly from the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said these stories are inspired by images I found on the internet. Here's a link to the page I found them on. Yeah, it was Pinterest. Also, you'll notice some quotes from the author's books. So that all goes to her. Read and review. Enjoy. My newbies.
Okay, I'm thinking, I don't know what if those parts, we can skip those parts or not.
I can definitely skip the song.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, it'd probably be on par with the rest.
Right, that's
if
what
I just skip. Okay, I'll read it all.
Okay, and this is Ron and Hermione.
Yeah, so all these are like Ron and Hermione through the years. Where's the picture? Okay.
And it's like year 1, 2, 3. It's like that kind of thing?
Let's see if this link still works.
Oh my god. What? Is it?
Yeah. So that was the first one. So yeah, so the first one is Ron Weasley at the time I met an annoying know-it-all.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta do this one all British because it is in me POV.
Love it. Okay.
Hello, my name is Ron Weasley. There are a few things you should know about me before I tell you my story. First of all, I have 5 older brothers. Friend George, the twin pranksters. Percy, the smart prefect head boy snob. Charlie, he works with dragons. And Bill, he's the cool one that works at Gringotts. And I have one younger sister, Ginny. She's unbelievably annoying. I'm poor. I love the Jolly Cannons. I live at the Burrow. My whole family has been in Gryffindor, and I have a lot to live up to. Yep, that's it. Pretty boring, huh? I'll start the real story now. It all starts when a black-haired, scrawny, parentless kid with glasses asks my mum how to get onto the platform.
Not parentless.
I think that's probably how it was described in the book or something. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, you gagged with that one.
But it's true.
It's true.
It's true. Okay. Excuse me, the black-haired boy said to my mum. Hello, dear, Mum said. First time at Hogwarts. Ron's new too. She pointed at me, and I did my best to smile. Oh, I forgot the British accent. I mean, my mom just totally embarrassed me in front of him. I can introduce myself, thanks. Well...
I love Ron. All right.
Look, I think I captured his voice
Absolutely.
really well. Well, I'm not going to bore you with the details here, but here's the main points of what happened. So Mum told the boy to run at the wall before I did. He did, and then my mum went all crazy at me, telling me I should have said something to him because he looked lonely. I finally escaped through the barrier onto platform 9 3/4. That's when all hell broke loose. Well, kind of. Fred and George disappeared for a while, then came back saying they met Harry Potter. I mean, the Harry Potter. Apparently, he was the blackhead boy that asked how to get onto the platform. And my mum had embarrassed me in front of him. Great. So, I get on the train and try to find a compartment. In one, I find a bunch of 6th years playing a game of chess. Have I told you? I am the champion of chess. Well, I am. Anyway, in the second one, I find a blonde-haired boy with 2 meaty boys, which happen to look like bodyguards. In another compartment, I see a bushy-haired girl talking non-stop to the poor round-faced bloke who looks about ready to burst into tears. Then I find him. He's sitting alone, to my surprise. I mean, he's Harry Potter. Who wouldn't want to sit next to the famous Harry Potter? So I take my chances and enter the compartment. He turned out to be pretty cool and really nice. Not to mention really rich. He bought almost everything from the trolley. We both pigged down, we talked and laughed. He was so cool, and I really wanted to impress him. So I wanted to show him the spell I learned from Fred and George to turn my rat scabbers yellow. I cleared my throat and started saying, Then, of course, that bushy-haired girl had to come in asking if we've seen Neville's toad. I don't know who Neville is. I guess she saw my wand, so she asked me to do a spell. So I did. Kind of. Sunshine daisies, butter mellow, turn the stupid fat rat yellow. I waved my wand, but nothing happened. Just my luck. And you wouldn't believe what that girl said. Are you sure that's a real spell? Said the girl. Well, it's not very good, is it? I've tried a few simple spells just for practice, and it's all worked for me. Nobody in my family's magic at all, and it was ever such a surprise when I got my letter. But I was ever so pleased, of course. I mean, it's the very best school of witchcraft there is, I've heard. I've learned all our coursebooks by heart, of course. I just hope it'll be enough. I'm Hermione Granger, by the way. Who are you? She said all of this very fast. Harry and I looked at each other to see that neither of us had learned all our coursebooks by heart. I'm Ron Weasley, I muttered. Harry Potter, said Harry. Then, of course, she goes on and on and on and on about how she's read all about him and then which house she'll be in, and then she tells us we need to change into robes, and then she leaves. Just like that. Thank Merlin. Again, I'll skip to when we all get sorted. I didn't know it was a sorting hat, as they say. I thought it was just a hat. Sorting hat, I have to say, was patched and frayed and extremely dirty. My mum would have had it cleaned 1,000,000 times before letting it into the burrow. The hat twitched, and a rip near the brim opened wide like a mouth, and the hat began to sing the song that he sings. The whole hall burst into applause as the hat finished its song. It bowed to each table and became quite still again. So we've just got to try on the hat, I whispered to Harry. I'll kill Fred. He's going on about wrestling a troll. So the sorting hat began with Professor McGonagall calling out a girl named Hannah Abbott. Hufflepuff, shouted the hat. Susan Bones, Hufflepuff, shouted the hat yet again. Terry Boot, Ravenclaw. Millicent Bulstrode then became a Slytherin, and Merlin, they were ugly. Justin Finch Fletchy, Hufflepuff, Hermione Granger. Whatever house I'm in, I hope she's not in it. Gryffindor, shouted the hat. I groaned. Of course. This is taking way too long.
No, I'm eating this up.
That's what I wrote.
Oh.
Look, even I knew. I had to get to the point. Attention spans are short. This is taking way too long. I'll just get to the point. I finally found out who Neville was, the round-faced boy. He was put into Gryffindor. There must be something wrong with the sorting hat. Draco Malfoy, an evil git, got his wish at once to be put into Slytherin. Crabbe and Goyle, his bodyguards, were also put in Slytherin along with Nott and Parkinson. A pair of twin girls, Padma and Parvati Patil, became a Ravenclaw and Gryffindor respectively. Harry became Gryffindor after a long wait. Friend George yelled, "We got Potter! We got Potter!" as he sat down at the Gryffindor table. Now I better be in Gryffindor. Dean Thomas became Gryffindor, Lisa Turpin became a Ravenclaw, and then it was my turn. I felt sick to my stomach when I put the sorting hat on. Ah, another Weasley. I know just what to do with you. Gryffindor. The last part was shouted out loud, but I was too pleased to notice. I made my way next to Harry and collapsed in the seat next to him. Well done, Ron. Excellent, said Percy pompously. Now, we all had food and went up to bed after singing the school song. We ran into Peeves the Poltergeist, and then we went up to the Gryffindor Tower. We all fell asleep instantly. And then it's a time jump. Ooh. The next morning, I went into Charms with Harry, and guess who I was paired up with to practice hovering charms? Hermione Granger. Yep, that's who. And can I tell you, she is the bossiest know-it-all in the world. Stop, stop, stop. You're going to take someone's eye out, she yells at me. Anyway, you're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. You do it then if you're so clever, I snarled. And she did. This story is getting really boring. So that's really how I met an annoying know-it-all. Here's how we became friends. I made her cry when I told my friends she was bossing me around with the charms thing. She was in the girls' bathroom all day, and you wouldn't believe what happened. A troll was in Hogwarts. Of course, Harry had to remember Hermione, so we went looking for her, but found the troll instead. So we locked it into the nearest room, and guess what room that was? Yep, the girls' bathroom. We heard Hermione scream and ran in to help. Harry put his wand up the troll's nose and I knocked it out with its own club. And you wouldn't believe what Hermione did. She told a straight-out lie to a teacher. She said she went looking for the troll because she read all about them. I dropped my wand when I heard that. We lost and earned some points, and all three of us went to the Gryffindor Tower. We all said thanks to each other and went off to get plates for dinner since it had been cancelled from the troll. But from that moment on, Hermione became our friend. There are some things you can't share without ending up liking each other, and knocking out a 12-foot mountain troll is one of them. So, that's the story of how we became friends with the know-it-all, Hermione Granger.
I actually love that!
Really?
That was so Ron! All the personality, and you couldn't believe. Yep, that's what I thought. Like, all of it, I'm like, Ron. I love.
I also love, I do love that every other paragraph I say, this is getting too long.
Yeah.
Let me get to the point. Let me just wrap this up.
No, I love that. That was a good one.
Okay.
That's one of my faves. It's just so funny. Like, obviously I have the top two.
Yeah, of course.
But like, this is like my third favorite.
Okay.
That one was good. I like that one. That was so funny. I'm gonna rate that one like a 7. Like, I love that one. It was so funny. It was so Ron. And then stars, I'll do like a 3.75.
Okay. I'll take it.
I enjoyed that.
Okay. Now we got year 2. Yeah, this, I don't know why the first one didn't end bad. Mm-hmm. But this one was called Ron Weasley and the Time I Vomited Slugs for My Best Friend.
Oh.
Y'all can't say that Ron didn't do anything for Hermione.
Thank you.
No, because that's a whole other topic, and we're going to be talking about that later. Because, I'm sorry, I go hard for my Ron and Hermione.
Don't ever disrespect
Don't ever disrespect me. Or them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, so these are all, like, shorter.
Oh, yeah, cute little thing. Okay.
Cute little thing. Okay. I always started off like this because I was like, ooh, got started off like this. So,
yeah.
Hello, my name is Ron Weasley. There are a few things you should know about me before I tell the real story. I attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. I'm a wizard. My best friends are Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. Harry is famous, Hermione is a know-it-all, and I'm a ginger.
I love it.
Yep, pretty boring, huh? I'll start the real story now. It's our second year, and my youngest sister, Ginny, has just started her first year. She became a Gryffindor, but I wasn't there to see her get sorted because Harry and I got into some trouble. But that's not what the story is about. This is about how I vomited slugs for my best friend. Here's how. Hermione and I were sitting in the stands waiting for Gryffindor Quidditch practice to start. They had all just kicked off the ground when they came. Slytherins. Where do you think you're going, Flint? Oliver Wood asked. Practice. I booked the field for Gryffindor today. Easy, Wood. I've got a note. Wood took the note and read it aloud while Hermione and I made our way to them. Oh no, I smell trouble, I whispered to Hermione. You've got a new seeker. Who? Wood demanded. Malfoy? Harry said as the evil git stepped out. Yeah, that's right. And that's not all that's new this year, Malfoy sneered. Each player on the Slytherin team pulled out their brooms, and guess what they were? Those are Nimbus 2001s! How'd you get those? I couldn't help myself. I had to ask. Unlike some Weasley, my father can afford the best. At least no one on the Gryffindor team had to bar their way in. They got in on pure talent. You gotta love that Hermione. No one asked your opinion, you filthy little mudblood. Oh no you didn't! You'll pay for that one, Malfoy. Eat slugs, I yelled. I mean, he just called my best friend a mudblood. Of course, my luck wasn't the best at the time, so my one backfired on me, and guess who was the one vomiting slugs? Yep, me. The whole Slytherin team was laughing. Are you okay, Ron? Say something, anything, I heard Hermione yell, in my ear, very loudly, while I was belching slugs, and being carried to Hagrid's, while still belching slugs. Yay. Wow, this was quite a short story. I'm glad. The first one took forever. Anyway, that's how I came to be vomiting slugs for my best friend.
I love this. It's my favorite series. It's my favorite series. Oh my god, I love this.
Thank you. That's it. That's that one.
Like 6.5.
Not as good as the first one.
3.75. Only because the first one was longer.
Really had a lot.
So it had more Ron, silly, goofy, just him.
Yeah.
I love it. Next one.
Next one. This one's called Ron Weasley and the Time Things Got Physical. Because Hermione hugs Ron in the movie, you know. Okay. Short and sweet again.
Short and sweet.
Hello. My name is Ron Weasley. There are a few things you should know about me before I tell you the real story. Sirius Black is on the move looking for Harry so that he can kill him. Malfoy is a git. Hermione's taking way too many classes. Trelawney has gone nuts. I may or may not have a tiny crush on Hermione, and I'm still a ginger. Yep, that's my life. Pretty boring, huh? I'll start the real story now. So, as you may or may not know, I'm in 3rd year. As you also may or may not know, I have a tiny crush on one of my best friends, Hermione. Yeah, that one. The annoying, insufferable, gorgeous know-it-all. Did I mention dangerous? Well, you should have seen her when she's mad. I swear, you do not want to be on the end of Hermione's wrath. Too bad for Malfoy. You see, Malfoy and his posse were going to watch the hippogriff Buckbeak get slayed. Not slayed. It was that wasn't even a thing yet. Slayed as in not slayed. Okay. You see, Malfoy and his posse were going to watch the hippogriff Buckbeak get slayed. It was all Malfoy's fault he was getting the penalty. Anyway, here's what happened. Ah, come to see the show? Malfoy sneered. You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach! Hermione screamed. Screamed Hermione. No, Hermione, he's not worth it, I warned. And guess what she did? She punched Malfoy. Yeah, punched him right in the nose. And he ran away like a little baby. That felt good, she smiled. Not good, brilliant, I exclaimed. Anyway, back to Buckbeak. We went to go see Hagrid to try and cheer him up, but that didn't work. He was a mess, he was. The executioner, Dumbledore, and the minister came and we had to sneak out the back. Everything went so fast that before I could really comprehend where we were, the executioner was raising his blade. You won't believe what happened next. Hermione slid her arm around my neck and put her head on my shoulder. She was hugging and crying on my shoulder. This was the first time we've actually really touched each other. It was amazing. I mean, it was sad that Buckbeak was being killed, but, Hermione was literally on me. But then Harry had to feel bad and hug Hermione. But other than that, it was awesome. If I do say so myself, this relationship is going quite well. What relationship, you might be asking? Well, I'm working on it. But soon we'll be together. I hope. Well, anyway, that was the time things got physical, you could say. And can I say it was bloody brilliant?
Ron's voice in this, so strong, so good. I'm obsessed.
This was what Ron was in my head. I loved Ron. I love Ron. He's my man. He's my boy.
This is making me like, I need to read the books, for real.
Yeah. He's not this silly goofy, but like, he's got more.
But like, I love that.
Yeah.
No, Run in Your Head is my favorite.
Thank you. My favorite too.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you give that one?
Probably on par with the last one.
Yeah.
6. I'll say 6 for this one. And then the 3.5. 3.5? Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this pod episode is gonna be long as heck.
And I'm eating it up.
No, guys, take your break. Have a little tea. Have a little snack.
Pause. Go potty.
Mm-hmm. Go potty.
And let's continue.
Mm-hmm. All right. We've got Ron Weasley and the time I wanted to hit a Bulgarian bonbon.
Oh!
So this is book 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, my name is Ron Weasley.
Love this.
There are a few things you should know about me before I tell you the real story. This year is the Triwizard Tournament. Harry is in trouble. Hermione has suddenly gotten even more amazingly beautiful over the summer. And Victor Krum is at our school. Yeah, the famous youngest secret player ever. Yep, that's what's happening at Hogwarts. Anyway, I'll start the real story now.
Love this.
I'm in 4th year now at Hogwarts and things were pretty good. Pretty might have been an understatement. So as I said before, the Triwizard Tournament is this year. Harry has somehow been picked as the 4th competitor. Not good. I'm still totally in love with Hermione. The problem is Victor Krum. Yeah, I know he said he was amazing and awesome and stuff, but seriously, when he tries to steal my girl, Hermione, he has to deal with me. You must be confused. I'll explain. So, you know about the Triwizard Tournament, right? Well, there's a Yule Ball that you have to go to. And, well, let's just say I took too long to ask Hermione. Krum beat me to it. I know it was last minute when I asked, and not that nice. Well, never mind. Anyway, Krum asked her, and she said yes. Can you believe it? Why would she say yes to that stupid Bulgarian bonbon? Ugh. So instead I had to go with Padma Patil, and that was only because Harry practically made her. Not to mention I was wearing ancient women dress robes. Yet again, my mother embarrasses me. Thanks again. Anyway, at the ball, Hermione was, there are no words to describe how beautiful and incredible she looked. When she came over to Harry and me, she told us how amazing Vicky was. Seriously, that guy's a total player. Plus, he's way too old for her and the enemy. I told her this. Let's just say she wasn't too happy about that. We went to the common room and started to fight by yelling at each other. Then Harry walked in, right when Hermione yelled, "Well, if you don't like it, you know what the solution is, don't you?" "Oh yeah?" I yelled back. "What's that?" "Next time there's a ball, pluck up the courage to ask me before somebody else does, and not as a last resort." At that, I started uselessly mouthing soundlessly like a fish out of water. Then Hermione stormed up to the girls' dormitory to bed. I turned around to look at Harry. "Well," I spluttered, looking thunderstruck. "Well, that just proves completely missed the point." Harry didn't say anything, so I gladly went off to bed, confused. The next day, things actually went pretty well. Hermione and I were pleasant to each other, not talking about our discussion. Although it was a bit uptight and formal when we spoke to each other, things went back to normal. I have to say this relationship is coming along grand. Oh well. So that was the time I seriously was about ready to kill a Bulgarian bonbon.
Now the angst is rising.
The angst is rising.
And I love how it's like they both knew like we like each other, but like we can't say it. But like ask me then for real. Whoa, that's supposed to be a low key thing.
No,
whoa,
Harry can't know.
I'm eating these up. I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say slightly less on par.
Yeah.
You know, like a.
I didn't quite know the direction of this one.
Yeah. But I still just love Ron in this.
Yeah.
Still eating them up. So, what did I have for the other ones?
I don't remember.
Less than one's like we'll just put 5.
Okay.
And 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This one?
What?
When I was 13, I was like, oh, but I have to. Because the title of this one is a little...
PG-13?
Ron Weasley and the time I sexed my best friend. I was like, how do I write this? So it's like, it's talking about like in the movie when they're in the DA, like Dumbledore's army practicing, and like Ron goes up to her and he's like, I'll go easy on you. And she's like, oh, Ron. But like he kind of looks her up and down. So, yeah. And this one's really short.
Real short and sweet.
You know.
Okay.
It's because I was scared.
No, yeah.
I could not go into detail.
Whoa.
I was 13. We're not having eye sex with my best friend. But he is. And I didn't know how to write that. Okay. Hi. My name is Ron Weasley. There are a few things you should know about me before I tell you the real story. I still have an eternal crush on my best friend Hermione. You know who is on the loose. My guy hormones have been really kicking in this year. Harry is still in trouble, and we've created Dumbledore's army. Yep, that's my life. Pretty boring, huh? Let's start the real story now. I'm just going to get straight to the point here, because this is kind of embarrassing for me, and me writing it. And you know, my guy hormones have really kicked in this year. And let's just say, I can't stop dreaming of Hermione, or thinking about Hermione, or looking at Hermione, or I'm stopping there. So, during the DA meetings, Hermione and I are always paired up. I always try to impress her, but it always turns to her impressing me. And let's just say I got a bit carried away when we were about to duel in front of everyone. Don't worry, I'll go easy, I whispered to her before starting. Thank you, Ronald, she said. And that's when I looked at her. I mean, looked at her. I started dreaming of her and Never mind. You get the point. So that was the time I eye-sexed my best friend. I told you I'd get straight to the point.
And I know. No, I love that.
Yeah.
Feels very abrupt.
Look.
But the context.
The context. I was 13.
You were 13, the situation, all that.
Yeah.
I have to understand that.
Yeah. I could definitely rewrite this better now.
Absolutely.
But at the time.
I would have appreciated it for what it was. On par with the last one.
I think it was worse than the last one. This was the worst one. That was the worst one.
Well.
Because it was so short and there was nothing.
True. Okay, I'll put like a half point off.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. This one.
Yeah.
Is sixth one. Ron Weasley and the time I called her name in my sleep. All right. Hi, my name is Ron Weasley. There are a few things you should know about me before I tell you the real story. I love Hermione. Harry's still in trouble. You know who is still on the loose. And I'm having girl problems. Yep, that's my life. Pretty crazy, huh? I'll start the real story now. It is not my fault that Lavender is an annoying girl. I mean, she's a good snog, but she's nothing compared to Hermione. Sure, I might have only gotten with Lavender to make Hermione jealous and that it didn't turn out too well, but let's face it, I'm not that great at making plans and stuff. I'm not smart like Hermione. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'll tell you how I landed into the hospital wing in the first place. Apparently I had a few chocolates that were filled with a love potion from Romilda Vane. Let's just say they weren't for me. So Harry had to take me to Slughorn's office to get all fixed up. That didn't go too well. I got a couple of bruises, but Harry won't tell me how I got them. Then we were all given a drink that was poisoned, and I was the first to drink. You probably know the rest. Harry saved me with a bezoar. I was taken to the hospital wing and people visited me. When I mean people, I mean Lavender, Harry, Ginny, and Hermione. I hoped to ditch Lavender by pretending to be asleep every time she visited. But she didn't get the memo. But once, while Harry, Ginny, and Hermione were around my sick bed, I was asleep. Like, really asleep. I only woke up when I heard 1-1. Instinctively, I pretended to sleep still, but that didn't stop Lavender from bursting in, saying, "Has he been asking for me?" At that moment, I thought of my most brilliant plan yet. I mumbled out the sound, "Nunny." "See, he senses my presence. Don't worry, 1-1, I'm here." I rolled my eyes under my eyelids. "Hermione," I said a bit clearer. Hermione! I heard Lavender sniff as she ran out crying. I was about to feel guilty, but that was until I felt someone with very soft hands grab one of mine and hold on to it. They were very soft hands, mind you. She probably used lotion. I wonder what kind. I wonder what it smells like. I wonder what she's thinking about. Is she smiling? I really want to open my eyes and look, but I don't think that would turn out too well. And with that, I fell back into a deep sleep, dreaming of my beautiful Hermione and our perfect fairy tale. And that was the time I called her name in my, sleep.
That was cute! That was cute!
That was cute!
That was cute. Hermione! No, I love that one. That's like up there.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first one is my favorite, just because it was long.
Yeah.
It was just Ron. This is my second favorite one.
I think that was the last one I wrote.
Oh, yeah, because you stopped at 6.
I did. I barely started. Okay, I'll just read what I have for the 7th one.
Yeah.
It says, Ron Weasley and the time I became the one she clings to. Hi, my name is Ron Weasley. There are a few things you should know about me before I tell you the real story. I'm on the run with my best mates, Harry and Hermione. We are being hunted by you-know-who and his Death Eaters. And that's it. That's literally it.
Ooh.
But I gotta say, I loved that opening bit.
Yes.
And I love that each time Ron got more like confident in his feelings with Hermione.
Yes.
It was like, I have a teeny tiny crush on Hermione.
Yeah.
I may or may not be in love. I'm in love with Hermione.
Yes.
I was like, wait, that's good.
No, I love these. I also love like how it's like a recap or like of
Yeah, like the year, just where we are.
Yeah. No, I'm obsessed.
I need to finish this.
Finish 'em.
But like I can't. You know, it like won't be the
I
same.
know. Okay.
Okay, so that was all of them.
All of them?
That was all of them. So now, my question to you, what was your favorite? What'd you think? Would you have commented on Rose Weasley Fire Princess's stories?
One, way better than I was expecting. That was so good.
Okay.
Because, like, 12-year-old fanfiction. But, like, shit, I'm probably reading 12-year-old fanfiction right now.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? So, way better than I was expecting. Was eating them up. Like, favorite one? Ginny's letter.
Yeah, my favorite too.
Mm-hmm.
We started on the high note there.
Yeah. Then Hermione's thoughts or whatever.
Yeah.
Then Ron.
Yeah.
First year Ron. Or like just that whole
the whole
everything.
series.
That was, I literally like want to have that in a little booklet.
It's cute,
That
huh?
was so cute. Like his vibe, a little more exaggerated, but like him,
but
hilarious,
like,
but like funny, him, obsessed.
Thank you.
Also, loved a little introduction because like I don't know them.
Sure,
the
yeah.
Next gen. I'm like, okay, no, I can see it now, and like who they are and their vibes. I wish we had more.
I mean, I have a lot of unfinished stories, but I feel like that has to be either for another time
for
or
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe you and I gotta finish them.
What if?
What if?
I'm down. Okay. No, I'm obsessed. That was so good. That was fun.
Thanks.
Like a little audiobook.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys didn't fall asleep.
They're probably looking up right now. Like, dang, I'm back in my Harry Potter era.
Rose Weasley Fire Princess. It's probably all the same exact ones that I read.
And I would reread them.
As you should.
Thank you. Dang, that's crazy.
I know. They were better than I thought. It's been a minute since I read them.
Those were really good.
Yeah.
I think it helped because like you were so consumed in Harry Potter and like reading the books. You like really knew their voice, their personalities, and all
and
that.
I had like a lot of like the backstory to them. Like I knew all the stuff.
Yeah.
So like there was in one of them talking about Victoire and like she's part Vila because her mom's part Vila.
Yeah.
Which isn't in the movies.
Oh, yeah. Wait. What is that though?
So Vila is technically like a magical creature, magical bloodline. If you're pure Vila, you'll see it in the 4th book is when they're introduced. They're literally just like beautiful, beautiful, I think only women, I think. Quote, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're only women. And like, it's just all the men are like drawn to them and like they will like go to whatever lengths to like please a Vila. It's just like a natural seduction.
Oh.
Yeah. So Fleur is part Vila.
Okay.
And then in my head, her daughter would also be part Vila because in the bloodline. Yeah. And so like I think it said something about like the bruises heal, like they heal quicker.
Oh, yeah.
And like stuff like that. So yeah. And they usually all have like the very silvery blonde hair.
Okay.
And I know that Vila hair is also something that can be put into a wand for a wand core.
Oh.
So, fun fact.
No, I love a good fun fact.
Yeah.
No, I really want to like read the books now.
I know. I'm on my rereading right now.
I'm about to start.
I know. So is Harry. Or Harry. So is Brady.
Yeah.
So is Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He's about to reread his own books. Daniel Radcliffe?
No, that was really good. Did you see? Sorry, this is off topic.
No.
Not really, but Cillian Murphy might be playing Voldemort in the TV series.
Look, I don't want them to make this TV series.
I agree.
I think that if they have to, I think that they should have made it animated.
Yeah.
Because I feel so bad for whoever's going to play Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
They're going to get eaten
They're going to get eaten up.
Alive.
Because, I mean, as someone who loved the books, read them all, ate it all up, knew everything about them, I think Rupert, Emma, and Dan were perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, like, I just, it's going to be really hard to, like, see other people. And, like, oh my God, Alan Rickman as Snape.
I know.
No one else can do Snape.
I know.
No one else can do Snape.
It's just not going to come across the same.
And, like, Umbridge.
Yeah.
She was perfect.
Yeah.
I think I saw somewhere that, like, she was their only choice. And so, like, if, I don't know who they would have done if she hadn't said yes. But, like, she was their only choice for Umbridge. They asked her. I don't think she had to audition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I know.
I'm so worried about it. Do you know what it's going to be playing? Like, what platform?
Probably
like
HBO.
Oh, HBO?
Probably. Just because Harry Potter, I think, is all HBO? I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Warner Brothers, maybe they have a deal. I don't know. They should have made Marauders.
Yep.
They should have either made Marauders or, like, Next Gen.
Yeah. Anyways.
Thank you for listening.
I definitely want to do a part 2. Yeah, you had more, or it's the same one?
I mean, I have a lot of unfinished ones. I think that's what's left, is just a bunch of unfinished ones.
Dang, I just want to read them again.
Just listen back to this episode.
I will. It's like bookmark it. Like a cozy little listen. Oh, that was so good. All right.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
All right. Bye.